this right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year. Shoot 'em my shot, boy, I'm long range. Me and the team on the same thing. Stayed down, never switched up. Only thing changed was the game. I'm in the zone now. Nothing can change what we on now. When I pull up, know it's going down. Foot on the gas, ain't no slowing down. Aiming for greatness, no settling. Kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Taking no L's, yeah, I gotta win. Watch me kick down the doors, they won't let me in.
Welcome to today's episode of Grind Hard, Hustle Smart with me, Charles Johnson. Hey, ladies and gents. So today we're just going to cover some general life things, man. Some topics that I think we all need to refresh ourselves with and hear again and again and again over time. Excuse me, I'm just getting my notes and stuff together. But so what I want to go over today is just some key points. I just think it will benefit any of us to know exactly where we need to, investigate parts of our lives that we could be doing better. So I just got 10 of them, just 10. We're talking about resilience, purpose, self-reflection, gratitude, mindfulness, courage, adaptability, self-compassion, goal setting, and community. So let's just start with the first one. What is resilience? The definition is resilience is overcoming setbacks and bouncing back stronger. How many of us can become reinvigorated again and again and again and come back stronger than we ever were before? I mean, just think about it. How many times have we tried something and given up or thought about something and you know what? It's not working out the way I planned it. It's not going how I idealized it in my mind, so I just want to give up. And I will encourage you today to just keep going. Show that resiliency. Put in that effort. Something may suck in the moment. Absolutely. Things get hard. Things get tough. But I promise you, if you get through it, that success and that thing that you're wanting, those things that you aspire to accomplish are just around the corner. They're never, never far away. And then we have purpose, which just means finding meaning in your actions and aligning them with your values. So that brings up another additional point. What are your values? And are they good enough to get you to where you want to be? And then when you come up with those values in your mind, those boundaries, those things that you will not steer away from, are the choices you're making aligning with those values to help you get to your purpose, help you live your life the way in which you want to live it? I'm not just talking about that ideal job. I'm talking about something deeper than that. Are you leaving the impact that you are fully capable of leaving on this world? Are your values and the choices that you make getting you to that end? And those are just things that you have to ask yourself all the time. Is what I'm doing aligning with my values and helping me in my purpose, right? And then we have self-reflection. And this is probably one of the most important that none of us seem to want to do ever, because people of my complexion, sometimes we don't want to go to therapy or we don't want to talk to the quote unquote shrink or just ask for help, man. Just ask for help. We let our pride and our egos hinder us from getting to the places where we want to be. We let stubbornness, sometimes ignorance, inhibit us from getting to the place where we want to be. When sometimes we need that third-person perspective, that unbiased perspective to say, you know what, this is a glaring problem in your life. And we all have had these experiences where, you go in somebody's home, right, and you just smell something, and it doesn't smell quite right to you, or it smells different, and it's very obvious. Or just take like any teenager, male teenager especially, right? You go in their room, and you're like, man, your room smells like feet, bro. Like, you need to get this place cleaned up. It smells like dirty laundry. You need to go do your laundry. Put your clothes in the laundry room. You need to get these dirty clothes out of here. You need to go clean your shoes. Those shoes stink. Put them outside. Let these things air out. Change your sheets, man. Your sheets smell like BO, man. Your body odor is just everywhere right now. But they don't smell it. To them, it's normal because they become so used to it. The same thing goes for us, right? We become so used to how we act and operate and think throughout the world or going about our daily lives, and we say, you know what, I think I'm okay. But a different perspective, somebody from the outside looking in would say, you know what? There's a glaring problem here. Yes, you might be a great person, but you're not good at communicating. Yes, you might be a great person, but you drink a little bit more than you should. Yes, you might be a great person, but you know that smoking is terrible for you. Yes, you might be a great person, but the problems that you see in your own life, you continue projecting onto others. Yes, you might be a great person, but every problem that happens in the world is always somebody else's fault, and it's never yours. We need that perspective. We need that in our face moment. I call it the burning bush moment. That's that moment in the Bible where God comes to Moses and says, Moses, this is what I need you to do. And then Moses is forced to examine himself because he gives God every excuse in the book. Lord, I got a storing problem. God's like, no problem. I'm sending your brother Aaron. He's a good speaker. He can go with you. Bet. We all need to take these moments of self-reflection, go before that mirror and say, you know what? There's some things about me that is hindering me and making me incapable of reaching out and getting to those goals and the things that I'm seeking to do. I don't care what that goal is. Going back to school, making it out of bed that day, going to the gym, taking that test, whatever it is, because I'm sick and tired of hearing people say, new year, new me, or I'm coming up with some New Year's resolution, when in fact, if we told ourselves, new year, new me, new decisions, new moment. Imagine if we lived our lives out moment to moment. We just made better decisions. Because decisions is ultimately what gets us to the point we are in our lives. It's not everybody else's fault or just life circumstances always that have caused us to end up where we are. But a lot of it can be attributed to the fact that we've made terrible decisions throughout our lives. And that's just a fact. Nobody can run away from that. So self-reflection is always a must. The next thing is gratitude, man. Are you being grateful to those who have helped you along the way? I'm not just talking about these simple things, just saying, thank you when somebody makes you a plate or opens the door for you or says, excuse me when you sneeze, or bless you when you sneeze, excuse me. But I'm talking about like some for real gratitude, man. Like, what do you think of when you wake up in the morning? Do you look up to who you believe your creator is? For me, is God from the Bible. God, thank you, man. Thank you for waking me up again. Thank you for showing me grace and mercy once again, for being able to take in that breath of fresh air and just open my eyes once again, because there's tons of people around the world who are not getting that opportunity today. Look throughout the Middle East right now. You got people dying everywhere on the Gaza Strip in Gaza. There's a lot of people in Gaza who aren't waking up today. There's a lot of people around the world in Africa and, distant parts of the world that aren't waking up today, but you woke up today. Are you grateful for that? Are you grateful for the fact that you get to get in a vehicle, or you get to, have food and shelter? Are you grateful for the fact that you have an opportunity to at least try again? Because as you see more and more, second chances are hard to come by nowadays. They aren't giving out second chances. They're persecuting people, trying them, and executing them, whether it be literally or spiritually, or, just in life. They're killing their dreams off right there at the root. You know what? You don't have an opportunity to try again. You messed up. We can't afford for you to try again. But are you showing gratefulness for the fact that you have the ability to try again? Just look around, man. I'm not telling you, this ain't something that you just have to do on Thanksgiving. You should be giving thanks every day. You should be showing gratitude in every moment, at every opportunity. And I'm talking about going deep, man. Deep. Look at your loved one and say, thank you for choosing to love me each and every single day. Yes, our life may be difficult. Yes, we may argue. Yes, there may be some moments of contention throughout the day and the way in which we think differently. But I just thank you for choosing me each and every single day, each and every single moment of the day. Because I don't know your struggle. I don't know your pain, but I thank you for choosing me. I don't know what you've been through throughout the day since we've been separated, but thank you for choosing me. Because the fact that you walked back through this threshold at the end of the day and decided, you know what, I still want to engage with this person. I still want to live with this person. I still want to be with this person. I still want to create life with this person. You know what? Thank you for choosing me. And mindfulness. Man, just being aware of what's going on around you. Emotional intelligence. It's not all about you. I know we as human beings we can be selfish at times. Man, super selfish. And we think it's all about us. When it's not. It's not all about us, man. It's not all about us. Sometimes I'm always amazed by how stubborn people are just to say hello to other people throughout the day. I can't tell you how many times I've probably forgotten where people have said, you know what, thank you for saying good morning. Thank you for holding the door. Because there's people out there going through stuff, man. And you holding the door open or saying hello and acknowledging their presence and seeing them means the world to them, man. And for some people who are on that, that in that dark place, man, sometimes that's the difference between, life and becoming unalived, man. So be mindful of the things that are around you and be present in the moment. And this is something that I personally have to work on all the time because I get so busy and so consumed in my thoughts. Where like my children will come up and they'll say, hey, daddy, can you play with me? No, son, not right now. Or they're over there doing something that's, something that I possibly may never see again throughout the rest of their lives. But because I'm so consumed about this phone or technology or what I have going on, I'm not mindful of the fact that they're important. Their life is just beginning, it's just blossoming. And I need to acknowledge that. They're doing great things. I need to be mindful. I need to be present. Presence matters, man. Presence matters. If we've learned nothing else as fathers and more importantly, just parents in general, to be present. Presence matters to your kids. Presence matters to your loved ones. Presence matters to the people around you. Be present in the moment. Show some self-awareness and mindfulness, man. Courage. Oh, my God. I got this quote, and I'll tell you all this quote here. And you've probably heard it many times before because I've said it on this podcast a lot. And that is this. If you're too afraid to run into your fears, you'll never be brave enough to walk into your destiny. If you're too afraid to run into your fears, you'll never be brave enough to walk into your destiny. So many of us are hindered by things that seem insurmountable or just, never-ending obstacles, never-ending pain, never-ending struggle. And we become a coward where we shy away from that thing or we choose a different path because that path doesn't include the thing that we perceive as something we can't conquer. Man, I'm in, MBA. I'm getting my MBA, not the NBA, but MBA, Masters of Business Association, right? And this class was kicking my behind, and I didn't pass. I'm going to just be real with y'all. I didn't pass this class last semester. It's business research methods, right? And this professor was just being hard and difficult, man, and it's no fault of his own. That's his job. His job is not to make the class easy, but to make sure that I'm a productive, researcher when I leave the class, right? So, but I didn't pass the class. And I ran from the class this semester, man, and then academic advising calls me and they say, hey, yo, Charles, hey, brother, look, I see that you tried to put that class off. You tried to push it to the semester after next to make it one of the last classes you take for your MBA. But listen to this. That class is a prerequisite. You can't skip it. And I was like, dang. Here I am thinking I got over or I found a way out, and I didn't. And that's just an example of where, you just got to go into it, got to face your fears, man. Yes, it's hard, it's difficult, but it's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be difficult. That's the point. You don't get through this life every single day just taking the easy way out. You won't accomplish anything. So don't be afraid, man. You were made for more than your current circumstances, your temporary situation. It's not your permanent situation, man. I promise you that. And running away from your fears and practice avoidance is not going to get you any closer to the place where you want to be. You need to face that fear head on, and when you get through it, I promise you, you'll feel better. You'll feel like Superman. You'll be over there, you'll be over there beating your chest. I'm him. I'm her. I did that thing. That's why I'm always so excited when I see people graduate or go conquer something they never thought they would do. And I remember seeing soldiers when I was an NCO in the Army, and they would, run these 2-mile times or just go over an obstacle course or learn how to fight, right? And they get punched in the mouth or they run that 2-mile longer than or faster than they thought they would, man. And they just so excited at the end of it. You know what? I didn't think I can learn how to fight. I didn't think I can go through combatives. I didn't think I can get punched in the face and just come back for more. I didn't think I could run that 2-mile in the way in which I did. But you know what? Now that I know I can do it, now that I know I can accomplish it, I want to do it better. It's that euphoric moment, that moment where you get that pleasure drug, man. You like, you know what, man, I got this. Like, I really got a handle on this. I can do this thing, man. It's not as hard as I thought it was. And then more importantly, when you face your fears, you start to set an example and you become a trend to where the people looking up to you and following you say, you know what, if mommy and daddy can do it, if uncle and auntie can do it, if cousin can do it, if big brother, big sister can do it, I can do it. I can do it. I got a secret I want to tell you all. The secret is I didn't go to school for me. I didn't get my associates. I didn't get my bachelor's. I'm not going for my master's because of me. No, because I want to ensure that I'm not the only college graduate, not only in my family, but for generations. Because if it never started before me, it certainly has to start with me. Don't let your fears hinder the generations to come because of your inability to face it. If you're too afraid to walk and run into your fear, you'll never be brave enough to walk into your destiny, man. I promise you that. Adaptability, navigating change. Be adaptable, be malleable at times. You have to be willing to change, man. It doesn't come easy. In the business world, we say this cliche word, this key word that people like to throw around. It's called pivot, right? That's why I love the podcast, The Pivot, with Ryan Clark and Freddie T and Channing Crowder, right? Because that's what they had to do after they left the other podcast, I Am Athlete. They had to pivot. So they named their podcast The Pivot, and it blew up. It became awesome. I love that show. That's what we have to do in our lives, man. When things don't work out, guess what? You don't quit, but you just, how do you work this thing, man? How do you make it work for you? You don't quit. You don't back down. You don't become afraid and shy away. You know what? I'm going to make this work for me. I'm going to make this work for me, whether that be in school, whether that be in the workplace, whether that be in our relationships, familial or romantic, right? Or just throughout life in general. How can I make this thing work for me? How can I become adaptable in all situations? How can I do that, man? You got to be adaptable. You got to be adaptable. Self-compassion, treating yourself with kindness. Stop those negative thoughts. Get rid of those today. My call to action to you is to talk more positivity, not into others' lives, but in your own life. Start talking positive to yourself. You know what? I can do this. Yes, I'm him. I'm here. Recognize me. Notice me. I have value. I have purpose. Because your mind will start to talk you out of things that you have no business giving up on. Yes, you are that good. If you weren't, you wouldn't be in the situation that you're in. Apply for that job. Yes, it may seem like you don't have the qualifications, but guess what? The worst they can tell you is no. And the best they can tell you is you're hired. When can you start? Start to tell yourself good things, man. Stop being your own worst critic. You got this. I'm not talking about some blind, ignorant confidence or just some being egotistical. I'm talking about believing wholeheartedly in what your abilities are, knowing that you got this. You didn't get to where you are today by giving up and having a gelatinous spine and being a coward and having no heart, having no gumption, no intestinal fortitude. You got here today with resilience and perseverance. You had a strong backbone. When the world knocked you down, you got back up each and every single time. That's what got you here today. The decisions to keep going when everything seemed like it was going to destroy you got you where you are today, and you're better because of it. The world is better with you in it, because now we can learn from the things that you've been through, the lessons that you've learned from the struggle and the pain of life. Goal setting. What's your goals? What's your goals? What are your long-term goals? What are your short-term goals? I'm not talking about, I just want to be rich. How do you get there? I just want to be successful. How do you get to success? What does success look like to you? Is going to school part of that? Is learning a new skill part of that? Learning a new language part of that? Getting better at writing, is that part of it? Getting better at verbal communication, is that part of it? Becoming more emotionally intelligent, is that part of it? Learning to face your fears, is that part of it? What is your goals? What are your goals? And last, community. We have to do this thing together, ladies and gents. We can't do it by ourselves. We got to learn to lean on one another and make a community. Because guess what? That's why I love locomotives, man. I love trains, because when they connect together and they knuckle up and that thing get moving, it's hard to stop that momentum. It's hard to stop that trend. It's hard to stop that train from rolling forward. Man, it takes over a mile for a train to stop, because it has so much momentum. It's teamed up with one car after another and one engine after another to get everything to the place in which it was supposed to be. As a community, it worked together. And it's incredibly difficult to stop. Why? Because once you build up that momentum, there's nothing that can stand in your way but you. The only thing that stops a train is a train. Nothing else. The only thing that stops you is you. Nothing else. So lean on one another, man. We all got this. We're bigger and we're badder and we're stronger together. Stop going out here in this world, think you got to shoulder all this burden and shoulder all this responsibility on your own. Lean on me. I got you. Hey, ladies and gents, you all are awesome, amazing, wonderful human beings. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. And if you don't know, the book is out. It's called Lit, Be a Change Catalyst, L-I-T, Be a Change Catalyst. It's on Amazon Live right now. Go to thecharlesjohnson.com if you want to learn more. That's my podcast, my public speaking website. Go to thegrindishard.com, purchase the merchandise. Hey, you all are awesome, amazing, wonderful human beings. Find this podcast on all available major podcasting platforms. Have a good one.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic gotta say. I got them picking up the pieces. That to me, you really playing with your life. I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era, about to snap back. You ain't fitting for it, cause you all cap like. Hold up, I shoot my shot, wait, hold up. I'm really about to run this go up. You know it's all net when it go up. Ain't got no other plans, you don't need to understand, ayy. We on overtime, you don't need to understand, ayy. You just show them how to do it when you don't know what to say. Tell me how you plan to win if you plan to play the same.
Moving fast, already gone, yeah, but you bringing me back. Try to double cross me, dog, just let me relax. Stop assuming what we doing. Keep it moving, what we doing. Cause it can get big and right. Cause it can get big and right. Big and right. Cause it can get big and right.
Ay, please don't play no games with me, I promise I'm too much. Ay, I can never let up even if you had enough. Ay, this ain't for the faint of heart, we always playing rough. I had enough, it ain't luck. I needed a vision, I needed ambition, I needed a mission to beat in submission with no intermission. I see the collision, the crash in the distance ain't coming off track, no. Now when they ask what's the motive, don't talk, I just show them. They all about to see what I mean in the moment. I gotta keep going, I'm shaking the dice and I'm keeping it rolling. They already know. Ain't got no other plans, you don't need to understand, ayy. We on overtime, you don't need to understand, ayy. You just show them how to do it when you don't know what to say. Tell me how you plan to win if you plan to play the same.
Moving fast, already gone, yeah, but you bringing me back. Try to double cross me, dog. Just let me relax. Stop assuming what we doing.